All right. Hey everyone. Thanks for those that are on the call, and we're recording this for the people that weren't able to call in. I know 8:30 can get crazy sometimes, bedtime for yourself or your kids, and other stuff going on. But we wanted to hop on. We had an amazing 2 months with you guys, and we're like obsessed with 2 month group now. And you guys were our first, so we've continued one already this month, and then we're starting one next month as well. So we really enjoyed having you guys. And a few of you have reached out about coaching, so we thought we would just pop on and do like a super informal, what is coaching? And you guys can ask any questions if you have them. Nothing's off limits. I have everyone muted, but if you want to ask a question, you can unmute yourself. And then there's also a chat feature you'll see down on the screen, and feel free to type in there if you want. We'll try to monitor that as we go as well. So we're just going to hit on like 3 quick high-level things and then open it up to you guys, and you can totally come on and ask anything you want. So we're just going to talk about the different types of coaching. Not everyone is all in like us, Katie, Kyla, myself. We're going to talk about the things that we do every day. We call them our vital behaviors, and then the financial benefits and other coaching benefits as well. So I think who was talking about the types of coaching? Was that Kyla? Yep. And then we're also going to just run through and give a little spiel about how we came to coach and kind of just what our experience has been as well.
Can I interrupt for 1 second?
Yeah.
Is that what this is about? Okay, I'm going to drop off because this was kind of a fail for me. I'm not at all ready or willing to be a coach, but I appreciate what you guys do, and I think it's really helpful, and I hope next time I will be more dedicated and not have any stumbling blocks. I'm reminding myself of working out with a mug of red wine. So have a good night.
All right, thanks.
Bye.
Kyla, if you want to jump on and then just talk about the different types of coaches, and I'll mute myself.
Great. Sorry, I was just trying to unmute myself. Okay, so I'm going to talk just for a few minutes about the different types of the different kinds of coaches, and then that leads a little bit nicely into my story as well, because they kind of all blend together. I've kind of been through starting at step A, which is the one kind of coach is what's called a discount coach. And some of you that are on the call or are going to be listening to this probably are already signed up as a discount coach. And this is typically someone who has been in, you've probably been in a group with us, and you have bought a challenge pack through one of us, and you have liked the products, you have liked your experience thus far, and probably your coach has reached out to you after the end of a month and said, hey, are you still liking your shakes? Are you wanting to continue? And then offering you a discount. And so we sign you on technically as a coach. So if you are signed on having even just to get your shakes discounted, or any Beachbody products, you get 25% discounted when you're signed on as a discount coach. So a lot of people just kind of might even start there just for the discount, and that was totally me. So I knew that I wanted to continue probably doing other programs. I definitely want to continue with my Shakeology, and if Molly said discount, and I was in. And so that's all that is a discount coach. Is you are technically a coach. You have a website. Even if you never use it, you technically have one, and you do pay $15 a month for that website. And you can choose to just let that sit there, or you can kind of bridge into what's called a hobby coach. And that's someone who, again, you're receiving 25% discount, and you are liking the products, and you are probably, sorry, Katie just texted. Didn't want to miss anything. With doing another program, and you are actually able to, people can order through you with that website, which you can do that as a discount coach too, but you just probably don't actively use that website. So a hobby coach might, someone's like, oh, what have you been doing? Or I want to know about, these shakes, or can I try them? And, they can actually order through your links or your websites, just like you ordered from one of the three of us, and you actually receive 25% commission off of anything that you sell. So not only are you receiving a 25% discount and living, this lifestyle of doing these programs as well as drinking your shake, and you're also receiving 25% income, but you might be, referring people like to, you're probably not running like a challenge group like we are right now, or you might be kind of starting to dabble in that. And that would really bridge you all the way into what's kind of like an all-in coach. They call it all-in, or a career coach. And that is someone who is actively working the business every day, looking to grow their business, to expand, to bring more people in. And you are actively running challenge groups each month. You will see us run free groups. So some of you may have even participated in a free group first, and then come into a challenge group. And you are really actively earning an income from this business, and maybe even looking for that to be your full-time income. That doesn't have to be the case. And I think there's a lot of kind of gray area that falls between, for me personally, between hobby and, a career or an all-in. And I would say that I'm definitely all in the aspect of every day I'm putting time into this. And I'm also looking, to grow, and I am earning income. And sure, I would love for that to be more always, right? That's why I'm in education, because I love the income. Just kidding. But obviously I'm there because I like to help people, and this bridges that gap for me as well. I'm a helper for sure. So I enjoy, helping people in this aspect, as well as, in my day-to-day job. So I find myself kind of falling somewhere in between. I'm definitely, it's not a hobby per se, but I'm not, actively looking to like quit my job and, have this be my full-time gig, at least not right at this moment. It's a really nice thing for me to do on the side that I enjoy, and I definitely enjoy the extra income I'm earning from this as well. So that's the three different types of coaches or levels of coaching that you can really get involved in, and it's totally up to you as to how much you want to. Has my internet froze or yours, Molly? Oh, I hope I'm not frozen.
I can still hear you.
It's totally up to you as to how much. Okay, great. Thanks. My internet can be sketchy sometimes, but it's up to you as far as like how much time you want to put into this, and how much you want to work it, and what type of, coach you really envision yourself being. And that can change over time as well. So I started, this process in October with Molly, just by joining one of her challenge groups. And I signed on the very next month to be a discount coach. And I was pretty upfront about just that being it. Like, I'm not, I don't want to do any kind of like actual coaching or anything like that. And Molly was great, totally just, okay, I think you'd be great at it. Just let me know, that kind of thing. And I like to say I sat on the sidelines for about 4 months, and I participated in groups with her, and groups that I knew other coaches were in. And I just kind of really got excited the more I was involved with it. And I could see that, this was starting to be something that I was going to be involved in daily, really anyways. Then maybe I should look into putting a little more effort into it and kind of running with it on my own as well. And around that same time, it also didn't help that I was kind of finishing up a program that I had seen some really good results from, and people were just asking me like left and right, whoa, what are you doing? I can tell, like, you're doing something, things have changed. You look great. write me a meal plan. People knew at work that I was eating different because I'm constantly in the fridge every couple of, hours eating out of my containers and things like that. So, it was starting to become noticeable to other people, and they were asking me questions, and I want your help, and what are you doing? So at that point in time, I really figured, that was a good opportunity to, kind of jump in and see what this is all about. And I did. That was in February. So I ran my first challenge group in March. And since then, I've been doing groups with Molly and Katie. And, we really like to team up and help and support each other. It makes for a really awesome group when there's multiple coaches with different perspectives. I really like teaming up with them. It's worked well for us so far. So that's kind of been my transition. And every month that I have been involved in this, I have seen, my own business grow and the income grow with it. And I'm at a point now where I'm really looking to, see what I can do with this. And, that's why other people are on this call now. So that is kind of my spiel about kind of how I got involved in my process. Like I said, I have kind of run the gamut of all three, I think, types of coaching. And I'm still maybe even falling in a little bit of a gray area there, which is totally okay, because it's whatever you want to do with it, which is one of the best things, is that, it's your business. So I think that's all on my end, guys.
Am I frozen or am I good?
You're good now.
Okay. Sometimes
you're good now.
Okay.
We're just frozen there for a couple minutes.
Oh, I don't know what's going on. Okay, so I have been coaching for almost a year now. I signed on in July, which is kind of crazy, but I bought my first program in May, and then I joined my first challenge group in June. And I just really liked the atmosphere in the challenge group, and I knew I wanted something extra to keep myself accountable. And I thought, hey, I could run a challenge group. Like, I was one of those people, like several of you are, that was always posting and motivating others. And those are the people that just stand out as obvious coaches to me and to us, I think. But I also, same with Kyla was saying, like, I just had this transformation myself that I felt like I wanted to share with people. I always tell people, it's like, for me, it was just the equivalent of, if I went to a new restaurant and I'm recommending that to people, it was the same thing. Like, I was going to be talking about the programs that I was doing. I was going to be talking about how easy working out at home for 30 minutes was and seeing the results that I did. So I might as well start coaching and make some money off of that, I figured. So I kind of jumped all in, and I really didn't know what I was doing. Like, I posted that I was running a challenge group. I had no idea how to send up even a link to have someone buy under me. But I just figured it out as I went. And thank God for my coach, because she, was always in communication with me and taught me all of those things. So it's, don't be afraid that, you have no idea where to start, or you don't know what to do, because whoever you sign up with, whether it's myself or Katie or Kyla, we kind of become your sponsor, your buddy, and you're always welcome to be in groups with us that we're running, so you can kind of learn the lay of the land. And then we just kind of walk you through everything that you need to know from the business side too. So that should not be a fear that any of you have. So that's how I got started. And I'm just going to talk real quickly about what we call the 4 vital behaviors with Beachbody. So the first thing is just being a product of the product, and we're all already doing that. Even you guys in the challenge group, right? Like, we're drinking our Shakeology every day, and we're doing our workouts. This is the easy part, at least for me, and I think for us, is that we're staying committed to our health and fitness, and we really believe in these products. When someone's telling me, like, my goals are X, Y, and Z, and I have experience with certain programs, or I have other people on the team that have done programs, and it's easy for me to make a recommendation. So nothing's like fake or phony, or, I'm never like selling anything that I don't believe in, because this is what I do every day and this is how I've seen results. So that's the first thing. The second thing is inviting, and I always refer to that as just connecting. There's so many people, I'm sure like you and me, that are on your Facebook feed that you probably haven't talked to since middle school, since high school, whatever. I mean, Kyla and I went to college together, Katie and I went to high school together, and I think both of us were pretty much out of touch. I mean, I was out of touch with both of them until I started all of this. So, you know, we try to connect with people. We try to just reach back out, and I've made so many more friends since starting this, I'd say, and have connected with people that I haven't talked to in years, which has been such a blessing, and then met new people too on the team. So that's, you know, and then we're also inviting to challenge groups. We're inviting to coaching like this. So there's lots of different ways to do that. And the third thing is personal development. That is something that we're really big on, and it's just kind of good for your mind, body, and soul, I think. And this is the soul piece, I guess. But it's just 10 minutes a day. If you have more, great. You know, you can read a book. You can listen to a podcast. I usually do. I was doing podcasts for a while on my drive, and now I've started doing some audiobooks, which has been pretty cool. I've learned a lot about myself. I've definitely gained confidence in doing that. So it's kind of a win-win, not even related to Beachbody, I would say. And then the fourth thing is just recognition. And I think we are really big on that, especially in the group setting, as you guys have seen. We always want to recognize you guys when you have lost a pound, when you've avoided donuts, you know, anything that you want to celebrate, we're there to celebrate with you. So recognizing, you know, people on your team, people in your challenge groups that are succeeding, that are really committed to this, that it goes a long way. So those are just 4 simple things that we do every day. They're kind of, you know, second nature by now, I would say, for all of us. And it just becomes a part of your day that is really seamless in the coaching world. And then I'll turn it over to Katie, and she'll talk about some benefits with coaching.
Okay. So you guys have kind of shared benefits like that you've had from coaching. A little bit about why I started coaching was I started with 21 Day Fix in January with Molly, and I was in her challenge group, and I was like obsessed with it. Like, I just loved the posting. I loved the interaction between everybody. And like Kyla, I just wanted to sign on for the discount. But then, you know, people were like, kind of like Kyla, we have very similar stories. It's just mine was a little fast forwarded. I, you know, started getting people asking questions, and I was quickly like, oh, like I could like make this work. So I actually was only in it for a month and then started coaching. So I think sometimes people think, well, I can't be a coach because I've only done like this for 1 month, or I'm not at my like goal weight. Well, the truth is that it's better if you're not at your goal, because people then feel like they can go on that journey with you, and they're a part of your journey, and they're going to relate to you more because you're going through the same things that they're going through. So once I kind of like accepted that and realized that I had the opportunity to help so many other people like start their own healthy journeys. Like, people were just reaching out to me like, I want to try this. I see that like you've gotten these results. I want to try it. Like, how can you help me? So it kind of just like evolved into that. And just in the past couple months, I've seen like so many benefits to so many different aspects of my life just from taking on this experience, taking on this opportunity. And the main thing probably is just the ability to help other people. So, you know how good it feels when you every day like get your workout in and you stick to your meal plan. Like, when you know that you're also helping other people, and you wake up in the morning and you have messages from people like thanking you for motivating them to make a change in their life, like that is the most rewarding thing. And maybe we post some motivational things just to our personal walls, and we get messages all the time just from people saying like, thank you so much for sharing your journey. Like, because of you, I've decided to, you know, clean up my eating, or because of you, I've decided to, I want to try this program with you. So just the fact that just by us living our lives and doing what we already would be doing, the fact that we're then affecting so many other people and helping them to make that change in their life too, I feel like is one of the main benefits of coaching. Just by living your life, you're helping others. So also, I feel like this experience has really helped me to focus and prioritize what's important in my life. If those of you that are watching this recording know that I like have a gajillion different responsibilities at my day job, and I'm always taking on new responsibilities because I always felt like I wasn't getting that fulfillment, and I always needed to look for something that would give me that. And I feel like this experience has given me that fulfillment. And I've been able to like release some of those other responsibilities that I was taking on to try and fill that void. And I'm so much more streamlined in like what my goals are and what my priorities are. And not only what my goals are, but I have like really specific strategies to like get me to those goals. So I think that that's been super helpful. And I've gotten to a lot of that by doing the personal development that Molly was talking about, and really just reflecting on the past couple years of my life and how can I take different challenges and turn them into positive events in my life. So I think that that is something that's also really beneficial. And I forget who said this. I think Molly or Kyla or both of you. Really, coaching is like the ultimate accountability. That is one of the main reasons why I decided to do this as well, because you're putting yourself out there and basically saying, like, I'm going on this healthy journey. So you've told people, you've got people who are who have put their trust in you to help support them and guide them. Like, you have to do it. You can't, you know, if you're having a really bad day and you really just want to sit down and have that chocolate cake and like just wallow in your misery, like, you just look at all the people that are relying on you and you're like, I have to get this done, and you snap out of it. Like, it is accountability to the max. And that is something that I love about this role. And also, there is the financial aspect of it as well. And it can be as much or as little as you want to make it. When I started, as I started to see that there was a potential to make money, at first I was like, oh, this would be awesome if I could just pay for a week of daycare. Because I am a single mom, and with no child support coming in, like, I am the main financial I have all the financial responsibility for my son, which is fine, and I've accepted that. But on a teacher salary, it's really difficult. And I've had to live with my parents for the past couple of years because I just can't afford like a house or even an apartment plus daycare, like, on a teacher salary. So just having this extra income that's quickly evolved into where I'm pretty much covering all of daycare. And like, I've been able to put money into summer vacations and actually pay for like a rental for this summer, which I've always had to rely on my parents to do. So just knowing that I'm independent and that I now am starting to like get my feet back on the ground, and I'm able to give my son things that before I was just trying to get paycheck to paycheck. So just by doing what I love and helping others, I'm able to give myself some more financial security, so that like this summer, I said no to every summer obligation. Like, I'm not teaching summer school. I'm not doing curriculum writing. Like, I'm doing nothing this summer school related, because I found that by like following what I'm passionate about, I'm able to help others and make that extra money that I would have been doing being at school all summer, and I can be with my son all summer. So those are just some of the benefits that I've seen. And like I said, I've only been doing this for like February, March, April, May, like 5 months. So, you know, it's been a short journey, but life-changing. And I just think it's such an awesome opportunity that I just want everybody to know about. So that if it's something that you're interested in, then, you know, feel free to ask us any questions that you have. So we can unmute. We'll unmute everybody. I can't do that.
I can. I did it.
Amy, are you here? Is that you, Amy? Is that her down there?
Yeah, who's 804?
I think that's Amy, but they're not.
Oh,
Is that Amy?
yeah, it's Amy.
Oh, hey. Okay. Could you hear us?
Yes. Well, I got in a little late because I had some difficulties, but Yeah, I heard Molly and you.
Okay, good. Okay. We'll fill you in on what Kyla was just, she was talking about like the different levels of coaching.
Okay.
Yeah. So just how you signed on as a discount coach, like that's what how a lot of people start, is just as discount and just to get the discount. But then some people will start to like refer family and friends. So that's considered like a hobby. Like you're just doing it as like a hobby, like, oh, my friends and family want to jump on board. So they just buy challenge packs through you and you get the 25% commission. Or we talked about how there's coaches that are like all in and they're just trying to like, they help as many people as they can and they're working on growing their business, which is basically like what the three of us are. So we just that's what right, Kyla? Did I miss anything?
Mm-hmm. No, that's good.
So do you girls have any questions for us as far, you guys can ask us anything, like how much time we spend doing this every day?
That's a great question, actually. How much time do you spend?
Well, I guess we can all share how we do it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because we all work. So like none of us are stay-at-home moms. So,
Right.
Or, staying at home. So like we all work full time. So, Molly, you want to go first? You have crazy commuting schedule.
Yeah. So I work like an hour away, and I have a son as well, and then I work like basically 9 hours, and so I'm gone like 6 to 6 basically. I do my workouts crazy early in the morning, and then I try to find like, we have like power hours, we call them. So I try to carve out an hour a day. Sometimes some of that is like during my lunch break. Sometimes that is like at night before I go to bed, a lot of times after dinner and after I put my son down. So it kind of just depends. Like I try to kind of take like weekends off, but I end up doing some stuff because I love this. I don't really ever feel like I need to like take time off. But it's really, in terms of like a time commitment, again, like as much as you want it to be. There's definitely things like setting up a challenge group that can take some time on the front end, but once you've done it one time, it becomes very easy after that. But I would say like an hour a day for me, Katie and Kyla.
Kyla, you want to go?
Yeah. So for me, I do my workouts in the morning as well, as much as I possibly can, which is for the most part all the time. And I get my, I'm pretty good about mornings.
Yeah, you get it in every morning.
Yeah, I pretty much do. And then I do personal development on my commute in as well, because I commute 45 minutes a day. So I am usually like listening to something one thing on the way into work, and then something different in the afternoon on the way home. I kind of like to like split it up a little bit. So that's just where I get like that time in, is pretty much taken care of in the mornings anyways. And then I am admittedly still kind of like figuring out my balance with being like attached to this thing. I am like really.
They can't see.
Oh yeah. Sorry, Emma. Amy, I held my phone up. Okay. So I'm still like working on that personally, and not feeling like I need to like jump to every little thing that happens in one of our groups, because sometimes we have 3 groups going on at one time. So I mean, you guys know how active our groups are, right?
You're terrible at it, actually.
Yeah, but I know we all really want to like respond and be responsive to people and be supportive. And I'm sometimes afraid I'm gonna like forget or miss something. So again, I'm still finding that balance during the school day. When kids are in school, I can't, and I don't do a lot, throughout the day. But now that it's the summertime, a little bit more. But that's the fun part, is like interacting with your challenge group. Like you want to do that. That's not work. That might be like a balance you have to find in your life. And I'm pointing to me, between like constantly being on your phone and yet like living in the present moment and paying attention to what's happening around you. That's something I just have to be consciously aware of. But I can't say that I would do more than an hour to an hour and a half a day. And the amount of time that like feels like work might be like 20 minutes.
Yeah, I'm the same. I mean, I try to get my workouts in the morning. Sometimes they're in the evening, but for the most, I get up every day at 5, and a lot of times it just depends on the week. Like a lot of times I'll do my power hour and like get those things done from like 5 to 6. If I have an evening event, then like something I need to go into in the evening, then I'll do my workout in the morning, and I'll split that time up throughout the day. But I usually try and get like at least 30 minutes in the morning just to kind of like set my goals for the day and like who do I need to check up with? Who do I need, like, what groups do I need to check in? Do I need to put a post in a group? Because like Kyla said, like we have a bunch of groups going. So like, and half the time we're like group texting each other, like who's in charge of this group this week? Or like, so we're just trying to keep track of those things. So that does take some time, but it is fun. And we've gotten into a really good groove now where like, we're just like, we're able to kind of do it. We help each other out with it. So my main thing is probably like just like Kyla, keep like the messaging, and you know, people reach out to you, and I've been trying to really designate like a time in the evening for like responding to messages from people, and then like first thing in the morning, like I said. And that's something that I've had to work on, because before I would just message people right away, and so now I just like, it's okay to let it sit and then just get to it when I can get to it, because when I get home I really try to like focus on my son and be present with my son. So I think it's really an hour, but like some people do it all at one time, and some like mine are maybe like 15 minutes here, 20 minutes here, like all kind of dispersed. But you know, we all have jobs, so we don't let it like take over our day. Anyone else have other
questions?
How many groups do you guys have? Just out of curiosity. You keep mentioning it.
Right now, I don't know how many.
Typically you'll do, I mean, we all have like groups that people move into after they've done a challenge group, but typically like the format is you have a challenge group for the month, right? And then a lot of times we'll also do like a clean eating group for a week throughout the month too. But right now, like since we're doing the 2-month groups, there's a lot of overlap. But it's fun.
Yeah. So I'd say like on average, we probably have like 3.
Yeah.
But we do them all together. Like the only one that we're not together on is like our graduate groups, like people that have finished. Like we just do those ones on our own. But like our free groups that we run, we do them together. All of our challenge groups we do together. So we split up like responsibilities, so it's not really that time consuming. But we just want to make sure that like as people, you know, as they are deciding that they want to start this journey, that they're getting the support they need. So it's important for us to be running groups every month.
Yeah.
So that they can like get what they need, and they don't have to wait like another month until we start another group. So we just try to keep them as frequent as possible.
Yeah. And like Molly said at the beginning, the 2-month group is kind of a new thing for us, and a couple of new programs have come out recently that are 8 weeks, and so it just makes sense, you know, to have those groups, and it's very easy to roll in you know, people who are doing 21-day fix and just have them, you know, do it twice and you know, come up with
I love it. Love the 8-week group.
Nice.
Yeah, no, it's, I mean, I think everyone experiences better results. We'll become more of like a close fit, you know, family. Like we're loving everything about it, and it takes a slightly more work, you know, from a coach perspective to be involved into at the same time when there is that overlap, and to come up with, you know, content for 8 weeks instead of 4. But the fact that we're, you know, teaming up and doing it together makes it very manageable.
And if like anyone, when coaches sign on under us and they want to like work, like Molly said, like they could just jump in on our groups. Like it wouldn't be like, oh yeah, you have to go and run your own group. Like we would just, you know, whoever.
Yeah, you're not on your own for anything, I have to say. There's like always someone running a group. There's like videos to teach you everything. I mean, you're not just like signed up and thrown out there to do it. Like we are very hand-holding if you want your hand held.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, we're like about to run it. Does anyone have, we've got like less than a minute.
Oh, yeah, sorry.
Oops. Sorry.
But yeah, if anyone on the call doesn't want to ask a question now or thinks of one later, anyone watching this back, just reach out to your coach or comment after I post this, and you know, nothing's off limits. Like we're definitely open books. So anything you want to ask, we are happy to answer and would love to have you on the team.
Yeah, thanks girls for hopping on. We appreciate it.
Thank you.
Okay, bye-bye.
All right, good night.